And we're live. Welcome everybody to this week's Azure and AI show. And we have a couple of speakers here with us today. Bart is going to go first, and he's going to do some stuff on this is kind of stuff in AI in retail. Yeah, and we have Amy Diamond there with us. How you doing, Amy? And we have Res Wars is going to do some another load of slides on us. And what is the name of that topic again? So if you want to share your screen there with us, Paragraph.
Sure, I can do that.
I'll tell you when I can see it. And
all right.
yeah, so I can see your screen there now. Securing retail AI agents,
Thank
cyber
you, Frank.
governance. Okay, thank you.
And I'm curious, Frank, are you able to see like a pointer moving as well?
Yeah, I can see that red pointer as well. That's very good.
Thank you so much. That's really helpful. All right.
Very good.
All right. I'll go ahead and kick off the deck that I have over here. So hey, hi everybody. My name is Bhargav Trivedi. I'm a solutions architect in a software company which does personalization for retail clients. The name of the company is Bloomridge. And today, what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to share my thoughts on some how AI and in general AI agents are disrupting overall the retail industry in the good way. But at the same time, there is some governance thoughts that I have, which is I can definitely feel that there's a need for it, which should be incorporated in a lot of these agents. Um, just a quick disclaimer that all the thoughts which are present over here are my personal thoughts, and it's not that any company or any client of mine is representing these thoughts. So this is with me. With a little bit of background on me is I have it's been more than a 1.5 decade, close to 14 to 15 years that I have been designing retail architectures for enterprise companies. I have integrated personalization engines into monolithic commerce. I've developed some real-time inventory pattern integration pattern as well for companies, and worked across multiple enterprise projects like buy online, pick up in store, delivery, same day delivery. A lot of, as we know, retail industry is so big that there are not enough features to talk about when it comes down to integrating with various deliverables which are available. To give a quick context, then what I've seen in my work and in general what I have seen across various industries as well, that the retail AI or the AI in retail space has been moving fast like any other AI as such. But then definitely what we have seen is in just matter of few years, or maybe not even years, just a year or so, we have gone from tools which used to assist humans to systems that no longer assist but actually act autonomously. They work across supply chain, pricing, customer engagement, and they really act and provide results out rather than just being an assistant at that point of time. So the goal that I have from this particular speech or speak of mine is to help introduce that changing phase of the agentic AI, tailored towards the retail space, so in retail world. And then I wanted to also introduce like some governance ideas which I have out to the world over here on how we can make sure that this fast moving agent tech space and retail is secured, is governed, and has enough trust in it for everybody to keep trust in it, basically. So moving to the second slide, this is the same handsome fellow you're looking at, just in better clothes. Nothing much to say over here. Yeah, I already mentioned about how, like, what my experience is. But moving towards the evolution of assistance to autonomous agents. So it's a quick just history 101 on what AI has really changed around. And traditionally, AI assistants were reactive, in my opinion. They waited for instructions. So when we think about AI over the last few years, we have mainly interacted with assistants, because there were systems that used to wait for a prompt from a user, like when they start searching in dress, blue shirt, some kind of prompt that the user ends up putting. And there was a rule bound reactive nature to it, where it used to figure out, hey, what is the best possible product that I can showcase to the customer for their queries which are present over there. To now, gradually things are moved towards agentic AI, which is which can reason. They can decide and act across interconnected environments, and all that happens in real time. They're the next wave of AI in a way, which is agentic AI. We all know, and these agents don't just respond, but they actually reason and they plan. They act across multiple systems autonomously. An example can be, I am really having a bad ankle day today, and I would like to still go for a small hike. What can you recommend me? So they now work across this various other things, various other systems, to figure out, for a medical problem, what kind of still shoes can we can be recommended for the people over there. So it's no longer just responding on a simple prompt, but it is actually trying to work through and provide out a reasoned output out of it. That's where in retail space, when we think about it, that the AI agents can now start understanding on how can we adjust prices, how can it restock inventory, how can it personalize offers without even a human interaction, or intervention. Birthdays coming along, what can we do for enticing people for their birthday to be celebrated to the store by coming into the store. So that's where the reasoning aspect comes from in the retail world. So these agents, the good part is that they work across data lakes. They have immense data that they can look into. Of course, they work across various API integrations, CRMs, various e-commerce systems. So that's why what I really call the shift of the assistive AI to the autonomous AI is what I call as retail intelligence. It's now being very intelligent on the retail front on what really should we be, how soon or how well can we help the customers to make their decisions of buying from the store and checking out from the store. And when we talk about the Azure world, since we are in the Azure and AI show over here, it becomes even more powerful, because in Azure world we have Azure Open API LLMs. There are data warehouses of Azure and Azure Synapse, and there are search services as well, like the cognitive search, which can enable and access to this real-time context in across enterprise data. So that's just a quick on where the evolution from assistance to like retail intelligence we have reached out. This is great. I mean, this is really a great promise for the retail world. When we think about it, they provide a hyper personalized journey. Agents can analyze the customer intent, the emotion that the customer is coming along with. Their purchase history on what they have really bought. They have bought sofas. Maybe now they are looking for sofa covers. They have bought pillows. Now we are looking for pillow covers. So they can do all these things, but in milliseconds. That's the best part. And that's how they can adjust the recommendations for the customers. Pricing. They can try out promotions also on the fly over there. So that's a very good hyper personalized. When I say hyper personalized to the customer's journey, and in a great boost over there with so much interaction. It does help. Sorry.
Could you just zoom in on your screen a small little bit. Say, go
Sure.
Control plus maybe, just so as we can see the text a bit better, yeah?
Let me do that. Is this any better?
Yeah, that's better, yeah.
All right. Thank you, Frank.
Perfect.
The second part is on the rapid operational scale point of view. So if we think about it, imagine that an AI can coordinate prices across multiple stores, like 500 of stores, and then it can monitor the stock levels. It can trigger stock orders. That can be such a great experience for customers who are trying to come into store, and if they don't find something in their store, the agents can quickly help through on, hey, what is the nearby next store that we can get into. It can help in seamless integrations, right? So this is where Azure shines especially a lot, because through API management, through event grids, through service bus, agents can connect across commerce, across ERP, across point of sale systems, across marketing systems, but end up creating a good unified customer experience. So this is a great promise in the retail world from the agentic AI point of view. It's in the growth engine, but when I look at it, there's the other facet to it is also a trust engine. So because if customers don't trust the autonomy behind the experience, they'll abandon it, and that's why governance becomes a very important constraint and a very important catalyst for sustainable innovation. So that's where we gradually come into the next discussion point about, and let me see if I can quickly zoom it out, is about expanding our threat surface. The goal out of this particular discussion or this particular deck over here is that we want to have autonomy, but then it is coming along with exposure, to understand that it is really coming with exposure, because with autonomy we get some vulnerability as well. Traditional cybersecurity models, they were more towards the protecting the infrastructure like firewalls, endpoints, databases. But with agentic world, there is a new phase of this vulnerability which comes, which is like prompt injection. So what really that is, that there are ways where you can manipulate an agent by just not hacking into the code or anything, but subtly changing in its instructions and its training data. You can keep on training it into something and it will start thinking, yeah, maybe that's true. And that's what we call hallucinations in agentic AI or AI in general. So those prompt injections can be manipulative, and it can lead to gradually change the identity spoofing, and it can lead to API orchestration risk and everything over there. So that's where gradually what can lead to a newer way of, or newer facet to start thinking through when it comes down to cyber security and in general governance. There are ways where there can be identity validation gaps. You can impersonate an agent through like weak identity validation by gaining access to the customer data and internal APIs. That can be catastrophic. And since these agents work across so many different systems, it is really potent. It has each integration has a potential pivot point where the attackers can get access into, because there are like immense amount of integrations which is happening for the agentic AIs to kind of reach out for giving the best automation experience for the customers over there. So yeah, in short, in one sentence, what we say is like autonomy, it multiplies with exposure over here, and the more decisions an AI makes on your behalf, on like customers' behalf, the more trust you are giving it out, and it is vulnerable. So with that said, in retail space, when we think about, and specifically in retail space, it can lead to unauthorized price adjustments, and this can be very practical experience, and it can lead to where if a malicious actor just manipulates the pricing logic by prompt injection through compromised agent prompt, it could see unapproved discounts being given out to customers, and something which is coming in next 2 weeks over here, Black Friday in the United States, one of the biggest days of retail sector. The financial impact on such time can be catastrophic. There can be session hijacking as well, where agents are often. Give me 1 minute. I think I lost my pointer. Okay. All right. I'm losing the pointer when I zoom in, but in the session hijacking, agents can often handle authentication tokens and user sessions. So if those are intercepted, that can be problem where customer information is being given out. Logic drift. So over time, agents are trained with a certain dynamic data, but that can be drifted away and from that's intended behavior. So it's not that they are broken. It's just that because they are learning now this bad data or poisoned inputs from the prompt injection which is coming along. And that's why it's very critical, in my opinion, to do a thorough penetration test scenarios, like go through good penetration test scenarios. And it can be in the controlled Azure simulations, where we can try to see if enough our systems, not only from the infrastructure point of view, but also from the core modeling point of view, are really robust, and there is not any penetration that can get through over there. So in both in revenue and in reputation, which is very critical in retail world, because the brand value of a retail is something of the greatest asset that it can get. If there is even a single incident of the brand value being not trustworthy, where customers start feeling that, hey, their data is being hijacked, or their systems are giving away this bad promotions out over there, which are not really working, it can be really bad for retail brands, because once the brand value is lost, it's just a Chapter 11 bankruptcy waiting for you at that point of time. So that's a problem. But then we just don't want to live with problems. We want to find a solution for the problem. So this is where I have written a small white paper which I published out over there, and it's more of a looking into like a framework on what things to think through during the security, or thinking through the security and governance point of view. The word MCP is also used in AI for model context protocol, but then this is not really that one. This is more of like the model layer, the control layer, and the policy layer. So I look at it as a 3-layer approach for designing the autonomous, retail agents as such. The first one being the model layer, where from the very crux of it, from the very modeling of AI point of view itself, it should define how an agent should be behaving, which should be rigorous. It should have a proper decision boundaries, where it cannot go across its boundaries over there. There should be enough hygiene in the prompts which are coming along. What kind of prompts are coming along? Is this prompt relevant to the modeling that I have been done? And if it's not, is it going above the boundary that I have been set over there? And at the same time, there should be a good version control. And I'll be diving into each and every of this in a little bit more detail as such, but that's basically on the crux of it. This is the security in the actual model itself. And then moving ahead with control layer, that's more of a real-time security, where it implements like a real-time oversight. So using Sentinel of Azure, using the blockchain ways of kind of ensuring that the transaction integrity is there or not. Having some automatic circuit breakers. It's really at the real time. You want to make sure that the system is not being looked by malicious actors over there, or being used by malicious actors over there. And the last one is the policy layer, which is we are fortunate that even in not even in this world, but we have always seen that there have been always governance industry standards which are set in various regions, and each one is tailored to those regions. As an example, there is a GDPR governance which is present. There is a CCPA which is extremely used in United States over here. There is an EU AI Act for AI related information over there. So there are guiding principles which are set, and we don't want to take this as just checkboxes, but we want to really adhere to that to those guidance to make sure that we are not losing anything. And that's where in Assure we have Purview, which can help through making sure that we are following the guidance over there. So that's like a overview of this particular three layered structure as far as for the security point of view. Diving a little bit more deep into the M of the MCP, which is the model layer, it's really the foundation. This is where you harden the AI behavior itself. You start with rigorous training procedures. Every model should go through an adversarial testing, where intentionally we can inject in manipulative inputs to expose and find out the weak spots. We can set good decision boundaries, clear rules for what an agent can do and cannot do autonomously, especially. It may recommend a price change, but it will still require a human intervention to publish those changes of price. Prompt engineering standards. We want to have agents need guardrails, that input validation, sanitization, contextual whitelisting, everything is present over there. And a very important one is the model versioning. Every new AI model which is coming along, or every new changes to the AI model which are coming along, should be in such a version that it is easy to roll back in case of there is any contamination. A lot of times people just keep on building it, and we have enough versioning in code, but then the AI model also needs a good versioning system, in my opinion. Moving to the control layer, this is real-time protection. So we can use Assure Sentinel and Assure Monitor so that we can detect anomalies in the agent activity, studying any sudden pricing spikes which are happening, any unusual calls which are coming along. We want to have those in place. Any blockchain transaction integrity, which creates a tamper-proof logs for like key actions, like it's like a flight recorder for the AI, which keeps on looking and making sure that things are working correct. Any automated circuit breakers, so make sure that we have those in place, and they can immediately suspend any rogue agents so that it kind of falls over to not getting into the systems, which is really advanced systems and integrated systems over there. It stops at one system itself over there. And then there's a good stride modeling, which really is used a lot of times. So what it really means is like spoofing, tampering, repudiation, information disclosure, and denial of service and elevation. So the whole idea over here is to follow this kind of the stride methodology to test through your systems and make sure that you are not really losing anything out from those ones. And then the policy layer is a good way for us to kind of make sure that we are following across regions, because our agentic AIs in retail space are not usually bound to a single region, but across multiple regions. So that's where, for GDPR, agents must offer data minimization. For CCPA, we want to make sure that we have the opt-out and deletion workflow over there. If it's an EU and AI Act, then it should be classifying a retail personalization as a high risk. So we want to really follow this guidance, and in order to make sure that we are not really we are following basically our the standards which are provided by these agencies to make sure our agentic AI is really meeting the standards across the world as such. So now that's the MCP framework, but then irrespective of the MCP framework being implemented or being in practice or not, one very critical aspect which is really present is like we want to really build auditable data pipelines. So what that means is like you want a truly trustworthy AI which can explain itself. An example can be if I am getting a price change, it should be able to explain on why I'm getting the price change. So every agent decision that it is making, it should be able to explain itself out over there. And we capture not only what the model has decided, but basically it tells why it decided that as such. So with Azure Purview, with Synapse Analytics, with blockchain anchoring, we can provide a whole story behind how this agents they made this decision as such. So that when it comes down to explainability and explainability at frameworks within Azure, it can help the regulators, and when the customers ask for information, there is enough information that can be provided back. So we definitely want to make sure that we have a good auditable data pipeline when building agentic AI. This is my theory of how we can phase things out. In actual implementation, because it's good to talk about things, but when it comes down to an actual implementation plan, I know it's not an easy thing to kind of just build things out over there. So I would recommend phasing it out. Like the first phase is an assessment phase, where what you really want to do is you want to catalog your various AI agents that are present, and then map the data flow on how things are interacting and identifying any vulnerabilities in that case on where it can be vulnerable. You move towards the phase 2 then, where you design an architecture which is tailoring either with the MCP framework which I suggested, or with your specific ask as well. And whether it's Dynamic 365, Commerce Cloud, there's that custom APIs that you have to build. You can start putting things into a good structure around it. You move towards a POC. You move towards a good small pilot deployment where you apply governance, you measure the impact, you see the feedback. Is it meeting the necessary standards that we had set up or not? We fine tune it, we come along before moving ahead to the enterprise scaling, where you can gradually start automating things, and you start adopting it like a DevSecOps for AI, and then you do governance by design, and not just by audit. You don't want to have something where on audit you are looking at things, but then you are from the very design of the AI model, you want to have this inculcated as such. So among all this, what I would say the key takeaway, in my opinion, is like, with 4 key takeaways is what I would leave with everybody here. Autonomy requires governance. You can't just secure if you can't explain. And the good part is Azure, as the great cloud framework that it is, it has a lot of native tools available for it. So we make use of them for making sure that the AI security and scalableness and cost efficiency is present over there or not. Compliance, that drives innovation. So the retailers who embrace governance early on will be right now in the disruption of that industry, where they'll start dominating the trust in the market over there. And as we all know, it's retail is one of the most fast moving industries where you really want to be early on for gaining in the trust, because that's when you start building up your brand value. You're winning way ahead of your competitors at that point of time. And then the MCP framework, which I suggested, it's a good way to kind of think through on, where you want to have your AI models built in with security. You want to have a real-time security, and then you want to have a policy framework that you want to use in order to build those things out. So that you can transform your AI from like being risky to like the resilient as such. So of course, ultimately, a secure AI agent is just not good technology, but it's good business for retail, especially because ultimately in the retail, that's what it ends up boils down to, right? And the future of retail will belong, in my opinion, will belong to those brands that combine this intelligence with integrity. So that's where we really want to make sure that from ground up, we are really building things in that format. Yeah, that's all I had today. And thank you, Frank, and everybody over here for inviting me over here and letting me speak and put my thoughts over here. But I'll just open up, and I'm in LinkedIn, so I'm open for any connections, any discussions in future as well from people about this topic or any other topic.
Very good, and a very interesting topic on those AI agents, especially the agentic side of it, or the autonomous part of it. And I'd like to see, all the different security aspects and compliance and everything else like that. Any questions, anybody?
Actually, I have a question. It might not do specifically to what you talked about, but some idea came out. Currently, let's say Copilot has responsible AI. Yes. So if you ask a question that AI is not supposed to answer, it will not answer. But yet, if you go to Google and ask the same question, you'll receive it. So do you think in future it will the gap will be narrowed down, that it might be more responsive, or it will be less responsive and close to what you can access in a Google or something like that? What do you think about that? Because
sure. So, I mean, is this more on the retail space that you're looking for, like how things will change in the retail
generally,
space?
generally.
Okay. In general, my thought is that, definitely things will start moving towards being what the Copilot version is, where people will, it will move towards more governance, where it will look for, hey, do I need to provide this answer, and is it has to be providing this answer or not? So, that's why, we really want to kind of, focus on that's what it will move towards. Sorry, I got distracted by I saw some chats over here which I missed. I think, were you saying two screens? I'm sorry. When I was presenting.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
It was just on Ami's end. He could see vertical and the desktop one.
Okay,
but
never mind.
It was just broadcasting out through the standard screen. So I checked.
Thank you. Sorry. Yeah. So, coming back over here,
Okay.
what I definitely believe is like things will change towards that, where even within Google search right now, when we look at the AI mode of it, when people start using AI mode, I think gradually the Google search is becoming less and more of AI search is increasing. And if the governance which is present in the AI of Copilot gradually move towards everywhere else, that's what I'm seeing the trend will be as such. Because everybody at this stage has realized that any changes or any responses that an AI provides, it comes with its responsibility. With great power comes great responsibility. And that's where governance will start coming in almost every space over there.
Okay, thank you.
Very good. So, Preswar, do you want to share your screen there and you can start your presentation?
Hi, Frank. Yes, of course. Thanks, Bhargav, for your presentation. This is so nice. And let me try to present my screen. Just let me know if you see my presentation. Share screen.
Click on entire screen.
Entire screen, yes. Share. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we got you there now.
Yes, you can see my screen now.
Yeah, Microsoft Power Apps. Yeah. Perfect.
And let me move it to my other screen. Okay, super. Just give me one moment. I'm just fixing.
Sure. Looks good.
Okay, so I'm starting my presentation now. First of all, thank you so much, Frank, for giving us the opportunity to speak in the session. So my name is Rizwanur Rahman. I will explain me. I will introduce me maybe later. But again, thank you so much for inviting us to show our demo. So my topic is very, very common and beginner level, and this is called Microsoft Copilot for Power Apps. And I want to show you some Copilot stuff that we can use in the Power Apps environment. And I can also show you some pros and cons that or what we can expect and what we should not expect from Copilot to make it for us inside the Power App environment. So before moving forward, I just want to show my something about me, that my name is Rizwanur Rahman and I'm from Bangladesh, but I'm living in Austria now, and I'm the Microsoft MVP and MCT, and I'm working for Microsoft communities for last 12 years now, and I'm the ex-Microsoft employee, and I worked for different countries in different positions. So and I'm the author, and let's move forward about my presentation. So okay, so before jumping the demo, I want to show a quick recap about Copilot and Power Apps, and also I want to show some advanced feature in Copilots that we can use using inside the Power Apps, and then demo, and then other question and answer stuff. So again, I know that you guys know about Copilot and about AI Builder and Power Apps, but again, for just for a quick recap, I want to give some explanation about Copilot from my side. Like Copilot for Power Apps from my side. Like Power Apps was a drag and drop environment before that. We can just drag and drop without any code. We can build applications for mobile or tab or for our internal solutions. But now the environment is changed. Now we can use some AI stuff inside Copilot, inside Power Apps, and we can use Dataverse. The Dataverse is the so-called, of course, we can call it the database, but of course, that Dataverse is more than database. And I want to show you this thing in my presentation, in the demo, and also we can use some predefined AI model that built by Microsoft, also built by the third-party communities that to make our work easier. So, of course, that's my whole presentation is all about the demo, and I don't want to spend more time inside the presentation. So this is just a recap that I prepared this presentation just for this session. And okay, so again, so Copilot is only we can think that, okay, we don't have to make any code. We can just drag and drop the component and we can build an application. Maybe we can write just one or two line code that will work to define our application. But again, we have some limitation that we can use AI stuff inside the Power Apps. So like currently, some of the following controls that we can use to build an application by using Copilot inside Power Apps. For example, we can make a command that, okay, can you please make a screen for me, so that Copilot can make a screen, or maybe Copilot can make a form. Copilot can edit some buttons and some text input. This kind of thing. Like, like 6 months ago or 7 months ago, in one of a presentation, I did it, and one of the attendee asked me that he want to build an application that will work completely dynamic, but on the map. He want to use the Google Map inside the Power Apps application so that it will work automatically, everything. So this is a fully dynamic app, and I explained him that currently this is not possible because we can only have some specific specific demo, specific model or a specific component that we can use to make our work easier. So this is there is some specific controls that we can use now to create the Power Apps and add the AI stuff inside it. And And also, we need to know some specific, system capabilities that Copilot can understand. For example, we have to tell him that what he have to exactly do. For example, if we make a the big amount of prompt, and if we ask him that, can you please do this thing for me, like for example, I'm giving the Copilot that, okay, this is my application feature, this is my structure, this is my design, and you can make it for me. Unfortunately, it will not work. So you have to give him exactly 1 or 2 line of prompt, and then it will work. So this is some limitations that we face right at this moment, but of course Microsoft is working to make it better. Like now we can use the Azure AI Foundry, we can use the Azure Copilot Studio inside the Power Apps environment. So of course maybe in future it will give us the opportunity to make the complex prompt to build the application. And of course, this is nothing basically, because I found some good features that we can use now in Power Apps, but of course by helping of AI, that AI can now help us to create the generative AI applications. That okay, we don't have to create, or we don't have to like write a bunch amount of code, but we just need to drag and drop some specific model and it will work without writing any code. So I will show you now how it will work. And also now we can drag and drop some new and modern controls and theme, so that it will look better. I mean, look great. Like before, it was like a small, the same structured application, and people have to make the design manually. But now we have this option that we can ask Copilot, can you please make the UI this way, or also, or we have some community themes that we can directly use inside our applications. And the very good thing is that now we can use our Power Apps in offline capabilities. I mean, of course, thanks to Dataverse, because Dataverse can Dataverse now help us to create, to use the applications and offline capabilities just for Canvas applications, not for the model-driven applications, but the Canvas applications is now don't need the internet to use it. And also, this is AI can help us now to build the applications for mobile optimization. So we don't need to think about our device model or device solution, or maybe which devices like Android or iPhone. We don't need to think about it. We can just build applications and it will work in every single device. So these 4 features that I found, this is my personal opinion, that I found that for a beginner level of the beginner level of coder, or maybe he's not a coder, but he want to build an application, but these 4 features maybe attract him to build the application using Power Apps. And there is some prerequisite to create the to create the AI applications inside the Power Apps environment. So first of all, the environment must be in the United States region. So the question is that, because I am from Austria, and I can, most of the German and Austrian people ask me that why you have to use the US region to build applications. Of course, for your so-called for your internal applications, or for your business applications, you can of course deploy it in the specific region. But if you want to learn something new, if you want to learn, if you want to see the early access of the features, the environment must be in the US region, because every feature in Copilot and inside the Copilot and the Power Apps, it comes in US region first, and then it is rolled out in other regions. Also, the account must be in English. Unfortunately, currently only English language is acceptable if you want to create any AI solution inside Copilot. So of course, this is something wrong, I know, but we have no solution right at this moment. But of course, I saw that in Finland, maybe they are now trying to add some Finnish language to create the AI solution. AI component inside the Copilot or Power Apps environment. Of course, you need to activate the Dataverse database features from your environment, because otherwise this is not possible to create the AI applications, because every AI application is now connected to the Dataverse, and also you need to enable the AI builder. And the good thing, I mean, just to let you know that AI builder is not free. You have to pay for AI builders if you want to use the AI model, AI model in your application. So what is the AI model? So AI model is like, Microsoft created some model for you that you just have to drag and drop, and you can use this model in your application. So what kind of model it is? Like for example, business card reader, or maybe QR code reader, or maybe invoice reader, or maybe generate the image, or summarize the PDF, something like this. There is some models that Microsoft created for us, but you need to pay, or you need to buy the subscription for AI Builder to use this model inside your application. So let's move into the demo. So I will show you some more stuff. So let me. Okay, so first we need to, I think you can see my screen, but first the default URL is that make.powerapps.com. So this is the homepage of making the Power Apps application. But before this thing, I would like to show you some more stuff that you can maybe apply for trial version of AI Builder, that you can use some trial credit to just check that how the AI Builder works. Okay, so for this you need to activate Power Apps developer plan. So if you go the Power Apps developer plan, yes, Power Apps developer plan, you can claim the free the free account from here, but you will get only 500 credit to build the application, the AI Builder application inside your environment. So but for this you need the Power Apps license. Of course, you need the Microsoft 365 tenant or the license, and you must have to be the admin of the tenant, so that you can use the full full feature of the developer plan. And of course, I have the developer plan here, so that I'm not claiming the plan again. And after claiming the plan, just go to the make.powerapps.com, and you have to log in by using credential. And it is the first page that you will see when you log in. But before creating the application using the Copilot, we need to check some prerequisites. So you can see here the settings button. So click on the settings, and this is the admin center. You have to click on the admin center, and it will create another tab. So let's see. Okay, so in this tab, you have to click on the manage here. So you can see in the left side the manage. So click on the manage, and you will see all the environment that you have here. So what is the environment? Environment means that you can create some different environment for different kind of projects. For example, you have 4 or 5 team in your company. For example, sales, marketing, IT, multiple team you have. You want to make the applications for a specific team, so that each team cannot access the other team's information. So you can create some environment here, and you can create the specific applications for a specific team or a specific environment. So for example, for this demo, I have only one environment, and you can see the environment is based in United States, and the database is activated from here. So but again, we need to check some more stuff. So you can see the 3 dots here. So click on the 3 dots, and you can see the settings. So click on the settings, and okay. So under the product, you can see the product here. So under the product, you can see the feature. So click on the features. Just give it a few minutes. So Oh, okay. Okay, it will maybe take a few more seconds. But again, if you have any question, you can ask us in the chat, maybe in the LinkedIn, or maybe if you are joining this call, you can write it down in the chat so that we can see if you have any question. Okay, this is loading. Going back to the settings again. I'm sorry, this is something wrong on the browser maybe, but let's check. Okay, going to the settings. Okay, but a little load. I'm going back to the demo because I will show it maybe in the demo that what should we activate in the to use the Copilot and the Power Assist stuff. So this is the first view page that we'll see after login. So the thing is that you have to give a prompt first. Okay, so in the prompt you have to write it down that what you need exactly to for your company. So let me create vacation. No, not vacation. Create okay, vacation management solution for the company. Add all the possible field that I will need to manage the employees or something like this. Of course, like this is not a professional prompt, but we can try with just a small prompt. Let's try to generate it. So it will take some moment and you will see some stuff now. So this is the business problem that, okay, I need to create the vacation management solution. And this is the plan that the Copilot can understand. Okay, we need 3 different tables. One is for employee, another is for manager, and third is for HR specialist. So ultimately, yes, of course, we need the 3 different tables. The employee can submit the vacation and other stuff, and manager can see, review, and approve or reject it, and HR can configure it for their future or maybe for their requirement. So if you see that everything is good, then you can see here the button looks good. Just click on here. And it will make the process. You can see in the right side all the processes that the Copilot is creating for us. That okay, processes means that the table and the information of the table, that what you need and what you don't need. So, and maybe it will take. No, it will not take some more time. Okay, so you can see the three processes here, and if you click on View Process, you can see the tree of the application and also the logic of the application from here. So if you want to add anything or if you want to change anything, you can do it from here. Okay, and also if you want to make any custom, the custom validation or something like this, you can also add it from here. Okay, so of course for this demo, I'm just clicking. Looks good again. And now it will create the data model. So every data model is like the Dataverse, the Dataverse solution. So you can see it created 6 Dataverse solution for me, 3 for the application. 3 different process, and other 3 is like this is not created, but if you want, you can create this for you. This is just the suggestion for you that if you want, you can create it. So you can see the employee details, leave application, and vacation balance. 3 data bars already created. You can see the green mark here. So if you want to see, if you click on here, if you click on 3 dots and click on edit table, you can see that exactly the table here, that how it is working. So if you are, if you like, if you know that how the database or the data model is working, so this is very easy for you. But again, if you're new in this environment, you can see in the database which table is this, which column is this. You can see all the details here. So you can see here this employee details, this employee ID is automatically created, the employee name, phone, a pending request, and more 17 more column it is created for you. So if you want, you can just check it and save, and it will add in your database table automatically. So I'm going back to the process again, and we can see that this is good, and click on the looks good button again. Now it will check which solution we need to create the application. Okay, so for our application, for example, the vacation management portal is the Canvas app. Okay, but other applications like, for example, manager vacation hub or HR vacation hub is all the data driven model. That means the vacation management hub is a static page that we can just see the employees is like submitting something or tracking something, modifying something like this. But other applications, other pages is the data model driven app. That means that Copilot or Power Apps will work some dynamic stuff inside it, so that you don't have to think about it. Okay, so you don't have to create anything manually. It will create for you automatically. Also, you can see here it created one more technology. It's a policy violation alert. That means it is a Power Automate flow that if something wrong, something happened here, for example, if any policy is violated inside the company or inside the application, it will trigger the Power Automate flow, and like it will inform the HR and inform the management that something is going wrong. Okay, and also you can see here the vacation inside dashboard. That means it will create the Power BI report for you, that every week or every 15 days or every month, so that you can see what is going on inside the vacation management application. So if you see that everything is good, just click on looks good, and okay, so now it will just take some more time. So now you can see here in every part of the application, you can see the plus sign here. Okay, so for example, if you click on the plus sign, it will redirect you to another page, and then you can start building the application. You can start so-called you can start like designing the application for your organization. So let's try to add some quick stuff today, because we have very interesting demo here. Let's try. And of course, it will take some time, so don't be annoying for if you see that it is taking so much time, because this is by default that you have to wait some more time to load all the pages. So okay, maybe let's try this settings page that we tried to show you, but anyway, it started loading. Of course, also you can see all the database table that is created by Copilot is added on the inside the applications, that you don't have to think that which table is connected to which table. So you don't have to think about it. It will add automatically the table inside the applications. So everything will happen by Copilot. Okay, so this is the first page of our dashboard. Okay, so here in the right side, you can see the Copilot button here. So this is exactly the same Copilot that we use in our browser, but the good thing is that this Copilot will only work inside the PowerS environment. So if you want to add anything, you can see here maybe some demo text here, that what you can do. You can create the text label, gallery, button, email screen, and you can, if you want to change something, you can do it from here. For example, if you want to change the welcome screen text, you have to just write it here. Just change text, and it will change for you. So this is very, very common Copilot feature inside the PowerS environment. But we'll see some advanced thing now. Okay, so going back to the Copilot page, PowerS page, and you can just select any kind of component here, and you can see here the Copilot button, the second one. So if you click here, you can see how I want to explain this formula and create a formula. So if you are new inside the Copilot, inside the PowerS environment, if you don't know what is the formula, because of course most of the programmers, most of the coders knows the object-oriented programming, and they are very used to build applications using the programming language. But of course, if you are not a programmer and if you want to know how to build application, this is very, very good thing for you, that you don't have to Google it. You just have to select the component, and if you have any code, just write a code and explain the formula, and it will give you what exactly the explanation of the formula. So if you're confused about something, you just ask the Copilot and it will tell you what's going on. And the second thing is that create a formula. If you click on create a formula, this is a very good thing that the Copilot can create the formula for you. That means even you don't know the low code. Even low code means just like very 1 or 2 lines of code. If you don't know this thing, you can ask Copilot. That Copilot can create the low code for you by using create a formula option. So you don't have to think about the low code anymore. So this is now we can tell that there is no code inside the PowerS environment. Okay. So I don't want to destroy this thing again. So going back to our page. So here you can see the option insert. Click on here. But before that, maybe we need to delete some basic stuff just to make one application for you. Maybe going to the settings, and I'm in this page deleting some content here, because I will show you some Copilot stuff now. So yeah, so this is a very blank page that we have, because previously Copilot created this page for us, but this is very blank page. I deleted everything, and you can see our plus sign. So if you click on the plus sign, you can see the Copilot option here. Again, this is the third. So first Copilot was here, second Copilot was here, and this is the third Copilot that there's an option. Okay, so if you click on the Copilot from the component, it will now okay, maybe 15 more seconds. Sorry, this is by default, but we don't have to do anything. So super. So Copilot is added as a component. Now every Copilot need the data source, otherwise it cannot give you the answer. Any Copilot in the world. Okay, so for this application, we will add the employee details as a data source, and this is our data vars, and this is inside our current environment. So now, if you have the environment, maybe outside of the if you have a table outside of the environment, so you can add it manually inside it. Also, you can add only the table. For example, in this environment have employee details, have multiple tables. For example, the employee table, or maybe the cost table or vacation table, this kind of thing. But if you want the specific table, you can use it from the table options here. Okay, again, now if you want to use the connector, for example, if you want to use the external source of data inside the Copilot stuff, you can also use this thing. You can use the Excel Online, you can use the Copilot Studio, you can Teams, and also third-party connector to to connect it as a data source inside the application. So for this application, very simple, we will use the employee details. Just click on the employee detail and we'll see. Okay, so employee details is added. So we just need to run this application just to see how it will work. So I'm asking here how many employees we have here. Okay, so we have in total 5 employees here. That means it can read our Dataverse solution properly. And if I ask something out of the context, we'll see that how it will react. For example, I'm asking him create an image of India. No, it will not answer. That means it is out of scope. That means it can only answer me what is inside in my database solution. So that means this is not connected with internet. This is only connected inside our application. That means inside our environment, that's what we have. Okay, so this is the first Copilot component that we can use. Okay, now close it. Okay, I'm closing it and I'm going to the second page. Okay, here this is the second page, and I want to give you the demo of another Copilot component. So let's remove this part as well. We don't need it actually. So we are removing this part, this part, this part. Of course, this part. Okay, so we just need this data source, and another part we will add the Copilot answer. Okay, so Copilot answer. Okay, so again we need the table. So we are clicking on here. So that's it. So Copilot answer is actually nothing, but Copilot answer means that if you want to know about the employee, something about the employee, or detail about the employee, just select it, and if you click on the send button, it will give you the response, but not now because so of course, this is giving me the summary of the employee record, that how many employees we have, the employee ID range, the phone number, and something like this. That means if you have an application that you want to see that how many leave Maria asked for the whole year, so you can see you can get the specific detailed information inside in the summary options. That means you don't have to check your email, you don't have to check the dashboard or something like this. So you will get the summary option from here. So this is the second component option of Copilot. So now I'm going back to the main page here. So I'm clicking on the Power Apps here. Okay, I'm coming in the Power Apps homepage, and here I will show you 2 more stuff, and then we'll go for the question and answer. So you can see here the AI Hub. So click on the AI Hub. So what I told you before, that if you want to use the AI Builder, if you want to use the predefined model inside your applications, you will need the AI Builder credit. So maybe I can show you AI Builder credit. Yeah, of course, you can claim the AI Builder credits from here if you are out of the credit. So this is the link of credit management, and you can ask the AI Builder credit from here. Also, you can see the licensing information as well, how much it costs, and and other stuff. Okay, going back to the hub, and you can see inside the AI hub there is 4 options. One is the prompt, AI models, document automation, and monitor activities. This is the discovery options. And if you click on AI models, you will see all the AI models that built by Microsoft for us. That means you don't have to create any code. You just have to select it, publish it, add it in your applications, and that's it. So let's try something different. For example, we'll use the last one, detect custom object in images. So maybe it's a little bit down. Yeah, so you can see it can like, detect the object, and it can read, and it can give you the information that what the exact object is. Okay, so you can see here the in the right side the overview. Like, okay, first one is the green tea rose. Okay, of course it is a green tea rose, mint, and cinnamon. If you want to create this model inside your application, just select it and click on the create custom model. But before this, I'm just closing this thing just to see one thing. Okay, this is the generate description of the model. But if you want to detect the custom object, then you can use the another model here. So there's two different things. One is that it can generate the information of the description of the image. This is very normal, but this is like detect the custom object for you. So let's try it with the description. Okay, so you can see here there's some predefined images. For example, the second one is so-called a boat sailing in the water. So here the AI can see water, sky, outdoor, screen, boat, and hover. So ultimately this is right. It can capture the right information, but you can also see the confidence score is 49%. That means AI is not confident about this image, but of course we can see the description and text is perfectly matched actually. So we'll see how it will work. For example, if you click on the use pre-built model, and if you click on use in an app, it will create the another tab, and let's see. Okay, I'm skipping this thing. We don't need to add any other information here. So right. Okay, so now you can see it created this application for us. So of course my trial is ended. Oh no, it's okay, but we can try something different here. But anyway, so this is the application that Purav built it for us. So the question will be there, like how we will use this model in our existing application. I will show it to you later, but let's check it out. Okay, so this is the application that AI is built for us, for me, and I'm playing this application, and I have to add one image here. For example, I have some images, and we'll see what is this. So okay, a pond with fish and rocks. Exactly the same thing that we have here. There are some rocks here and some fishes here, and this is some so-called an aquarium, but this is showing a pond. So that means this is 38% of your score. But anyway, this is working good. That means you don't have to write a single line of code to use the AI model. AI builder model, if you have the credit. So ultimately, you have a bunch of model here that you can use it inside the application. For example, you can extract the information from the invoice, you can extract the information from the PDF, also the OCR. So you don't need to, because I can remember that like 5 to 7 years ago, people wrote down the code for the OCR, but now you don't have to do it. This is the pre-bit model, and you can just drag and drop, and it will work. And also, you can use a lot of things from the AI builder. So it works perfectly. So now question is that how you can use it in your existing application. So this is nothing basically, but you just need to do one thing. If you click on the data here in the left side corner, data here, you can click on add data, and you need to create the AI models. So this is some defined model that we have, but of course, if you want to see which model, if you want to see your exact model here, this model name is image description. You need to find the image description model from here. For example, image description, invoice, image description model here that we created now. So if you click on here, you can directly use this AI. So of course I know. So you can use the image description model. Just drag and drop to here in this white part, and it will create exactly the same view inside your application, and it will work. So ultimately, you don't have to. You don't have to write a single line of code to run this application. So of course we have other advanced level of model, the flowchart and connections, but unfortunately we cannot show you this thing today because I'm out of credit now suddenly, and I don't think that we have much time today. But if you have any question, you can ask me. Oh, of course, this page is maybe loaded. Yes, this page is loaded. What we skip over the setting part, that if you click on environment and if you click on the settings in the features, you will get this page. If you want to use the AI and the Copilot stuff, you must have to enable the Copilot options from the settings, the first one. The second thing is that if you want Copilot to create the answer or create the predefined data query, you need to enable this part as well. So this part is only options for the Copilot answer component. If you want to use the Copilot agent, you can allow the Copilot agent owner from here, and of course you need the Microsoft Dataverse search. It should be on. It is recommended to create the database. Otherwise, it can create the generative AI data for you. And also, if you want to use the map service, you can use the map service from here. If you want to use the MCP, the model context protocol inside the Dataverse, you need to allow the MCP client to interact with the Dataverse model. And also, if you want to use the AI prompt, because we created the first application using the prompt, and you must have to enable this part. Otherwise, you cannot create the AI prompt inside the application, and also you cannot connect the Copilot Studio with the Purav environment. And other stuff, this is all of your choice, that if you want the AI suggestion, you can allow the AI suggestion from here. And yes. So if you have any question, now you can ask me. I'm not sure that how many people are watching this video, but if you have any question, you can ask me, please.
Okay, very good presentation. It kind of complemented Bhargav's one there earlier. He had the slides on the MCP one there. You could see there on your slide. So we don't have any questions on the thing, but anybody here have any questions?
One quick question I can ask Rizwan is, if I build my own MCP server, will we be able to still interact with the Power App over here? If it's, because it's not, let's say that's not in Azure, then how would that work?
The MCP option inside the Power Apps is still under preview. So we didn't, I didn't use it yet, but I'm not sure. I cannot answer this thing to you. I'm sorry, because the MCP is a new topic, and this is under the preview model now. So we need to check it out, how it will work.
No problem.
Maybe we'll connect it later to check it out together.
Thank you.
I have
Any
one question.
Yes.
Thank you for your presentation. So my question, I tried the planner features within the Canvas app, but I'm seeing one issue. Let's say you want to make one project for school or maybe college. So you need to make the student table. So if you write the requirements, it just created the new table for students. But we all know within the Dataverse, it has a standard table contact, right? So
yes.
it doesn't use the contact table. It just created the new table. So is it standard? What do you think?
If it created a new table, I mean, of course, it will create a new table. But if you have the existing table, you can replace the new table with the existing one. So
okay, so I have to do it manually, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Okay.
Or also, if the table, or if you can export the table in Excel file, maybe you can just upload it in SharePoint, and you can use the SharePoint as a connector to read it out. So
okay, so it doesn't do automatically. I have to do it manually.
Yes, unfortunately, yes.
Okay. Thank you for your answer.
No problem. Yes. Any more question? No. Okay. Frank, thank you so much for the opportunity, and also the audience, and also Bhavak, I will see the MCP from my side, and of course I will let you know. This is something new for me as well. I will let you know the result.
That's great. You might come back to us, and you might do a demo on it when it comes live.
Thank you.
Okay, so thanks everyone for joining us today. We slightly went a bit over time, but that's okay because we had a great two topics that kind of complemented each other. So thanks, guys. We'll be back again here next week, but at the earlier time of 5 p.m. GMT. To facilitate, hopefully we will have Sarah Kong join us. She's the Microsoft MCT manager, hopefully, and we have some other speakers as well. So thanks everyone, and talk to you soon.